Hey, good Sunday morning, everybody. It is June the 22nd, and I'm Chris Allen here with your 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Okay, so it's going to get hot. You know that. You know that. But now there's a heat advisory that's in effect starting today and going all the way through Tuesday. And it could be extended even further than that. Let me show you that right now. Here it is. Yeah, the heat advisory that covers pretty much everywhere along and west of Interstate 65. And it goes all the way up to Metro Louisville, all the way down to almost the Nashville area. But I would think they will probably be added to that heat advisory. It goes back to Paducah and even further than what you're seeing on this map. There are hundreds and hundreds of counties and portions of the eastern United States that either is or will be under heat advisories, at least on this first wave through Tuesday evening. But it is going to be, I think, a little more extensive than what we're seeing right now. And as the box says right beside me, right here, combined temperatures in the 90s, and we're talking about not just low 90s, but mid 90s, plus the high humidity with the dew points getting up into the 70s. Then the heat index readings, or how it feels against your body, is going to make it feel like it's 100 or higher. In some cases, it could be 105, 106, 107, up to 110, depending on where you are. So the heat advisory is a big, big deal. And it's going to continue for a while. So I want you to keep that in mind because it is serious. It is summer officially, by the way, and right on cue. Here we go with the heat and the humidity. We thought it might take a little longer just based on the kind of spring that we've had with the damp weather and the rains and everything, but here it is, and it looks like it's going to be with us for a while. So even if you're going to a pool or you've got some place where you can cool off, you're still going to need to take it easy. You can't just get out there and just go full bore. You just can't get out there and just, you know, you can't do the kind of yard work you want to do. You can't do the kind of construction or outdoor work, field work, and all that kind of. Although I know some of you are still trying to get your hay in, at least it's dry now or getting drier as the days go by. But even if you're out there in one of those nice air conditioned tractors, you're still going to have to just take it easy, stay well hydrated, and just don't overexert yourself. Cause I'm telling you, this stuff can be dangerous. I know yesterday when all I did was step out on the front porch and I'm like, I mean, it was like it took my breath. I'm like, "Holy cow." And it was after one of those little showers popped up, and that, of course, that made it steamier than what it was previous to that. But there you go. All right. Here is a live view from the Plano Cam on this Sunday morning, June 22nd at 6:15. No, make it 6:16 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Beautiful sky, clear. You can tell, though, that it's going to be one of those really hot and humid days. Whew. Somebody out taking a walk this morning, as you can see, with their dog across the street over there. Let him going out and doing his business. Hey, I don't know if she can hear me. Hey, don't come over here in my yard. That's right. Stay right where you are. Do not do don't let that dog come over here. I don't want that stuff in my yard. I'm t- see, I can watch these things. I'm like, oh, Don't you do it. Don't let your dog come over here and do his business. You keep it over there. I want my yard. Well, I mean, it is fertilizer, but I mean, okay, all right, I'll get on with it. Okay, here's the way things look, and I'll show you right now. The the future precipitation forecast, and some of you, yes, you did pick up some shower activity yesterday. It was almost like it popped up and just clustered right over Warren County. Now, there were a couple of other places that picked up some of those isolated showers, but remember, I told you that that would be possible, and it's possible every single day this week. It's going to be hot and humid during the day, and then once we get into the afternoon and early evening, you'll watch right here. Here it comes. You see those little things just popping up right there? Yeah. See, those are the little shower. Now, this shows it mostly east of Bowling Green, but I got to tell you, placement of where these isolated late day pop up showers pop up could be anywhere. But this is just the model interpretation of where it's most likely. So after sunset, they die away. Here we go into Monday, Monday morning, Monday midday, and then all of a sudden, boom, here we go. More showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, and then here comes sunset, and they all fade away. We call these diurnal. No, I didn't say urinal. Urinal is something else. Diurnal. This is we're doing a lot of bathroom talk this morning. Anyway, um, this is where the heat of the day builds the energy of the thunderstorms. The earth gets heated up. Those parcels of air rise, and then it forms thunderstorms. But then, with the loss of the daytime heating, they fade away. Here we go into Tuesday. Same thing, different day. Notice they just pop up in the afternoon, and then after dark, they fade away. Wednesday, here we go again. Boom. Let's go into Thursday, and oh, a little more coverage Thursday. And yes, it does look like once we get into the weekend or the beginning of the weekend, there may be better organization of some of these showers that pop up. You can see it there. And then they fade away. And then we go into Friday, and here we go again. Now, that's got a lot better coverage, especially east of us, the Cumberland Plateau. And here's why: these little storms feed off of not only the sun's energy, but the terrain. And where it's flat, you're less likely to get some of these storms that pop up in the heat of the day. But where you have elevation, as you know, the further east you go, you get a little bit more hills, and then you get some mountainous areas over in eastern Kentucky. That's called orographic lift. That's where the storms naturally feed off of the elevation of height on the land, and it forces some of that moisture up where it's cooled, and then bada bing, bada boom, you get showers and thunderstorms. So that's what's going to happen. So I would say every single day, somewhere in our area, somebody is going to get a shower or a thunderstorm, just like we saw yesterday, or some of us saw, not everybody. And that's the thing. They may start out just here and there. Not everybody will see those, but if you do get one, then it could throw down some heavy rain in a short amount of time. But then it's over. And after dark or after sunset, they fade away. All right, here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet Network this morning here at 621. 70s already everywhere. And the dew points are also in the 70s. So that means we have near 100% relative humidity. Yes, we do. Look at right there. Yuck. Yuck. So as you're getting ready to go to church this morning, I wouldn't get too dressed up. Hopefully you go to a church like I do where they really don't care how dressed up you are. Jesus doesn't care either. As long as you're decent, that's all that matters. Come as you are. I believe the word of God says that. Okay, here's a look at boy, I'm on fire this morning. Here's a past 24 hours. You see right here the rainfall that came over Warren County. I mean, there were just little specks, and it almost like, okay, here's Warren County. I think I'll just put some little showers right here, and it did. 28 hundredths of an inch of rain at the Corvette plant. So much for your Bowling Green bubble. Where was your bubble yesterday? Huh? Those of you that believe in the bubble, look at that. There was no bubble. Everybody else was dry except Bowling Green. Where's your bubble? See, that's why I hate that term. I just absolutely hate it because it's not true. There's a look at the winds this morning, light from the south. Okay, let's move on to the maps. And we see what's going on here with the current picture. And even though it's nice and dry right now, humid, any place, anytime this afternoon could pick up a shower like yesterday. There's our high pressure sitting over western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. Now, here is where I just showed you on the predictive radar or future radar that the best setup for these pop-up showers and storms in the afternoon, Cumberland Plateau. There's the Cumberland River, there's Dale Huddle Lake, there's Lake Cumberland, even up to Green River Lake and the Green River. Yeah, those are the sections that are most likely to get a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. And then this is after dark. Boom, they go away. Overnight, nothing. There may be some fog where you did get a shower today. And then tomorrow, here we go, Monday morning, maybe just a little something there back to the west of us. In the afternoon, though, and sunset, again, it fades away. Here's a little something back to the west where some storms will try to get organized. That was Tuesday. Here is Wednesday. Again, it's going to be this repeat. High pressure sitting here, not going anywhere. Big, sprawling, expanding. I try to put those words together. Sprawling and expanding ridge of high pressure. The heat dome is going to sit right over us. Here we go Thursday. Here we go Friday. Now, Friday, there will be a little better organization with a few showers and thunderstorms and kind of spreading into our neck of the woods by Saturday morning. So, yes, there will be a little better chance of seeing some rain once we get into the upcoming weekend. How about the blender? Well, you knew it was going to show a bunch of 90s. And in some cases here, look at this, mid 90s. So don't be surprised if your thermometer on your front porch, back porch, or fence post, wherever you have one, begins to show things like 95, 96, 97. Or some of you may get close to 100 air temperature. It's possible, but I think it's going to stay more into the low to mid 90s because of what I mentioned the other day, the lush greenery and how much rain we've had during the spring. There's a lot of moisture in the leaves of the trees and the grass and the soil. And that tends to bring down the temperature just a bit, but it can also, because of evaporation and what we call transpiration, it's almost like when you've got a lot of water in your body and you start to perspire. It's the same thing. Nature can do that as far as the trees and the vegetation, and that moisture can get lifted in the atmosphere and make it muggier. And then, if there's enough evaporation, then it can help feed a shower or thunderstorm. So there you go. Look at all those 90s across the board, even until the first few days of July. which would be not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday is July 1st, and then July 2nd, next Wednesday. We may cool off a bit into the mid and upper 80s, and that would be probably from a better organized system of shower and thunderstorm activity. So, yeah, there's that. 7-day forecast. There you see 90s across the board each and every day. What you don't see is that possibility, like we saw yesterday, of a pop up shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. And then after the sun sets, they're gone. They fade away. Heat index near or above 100. And that is why, again, we have the heat advisory all the way through Tuesday. For those of you just joining us or haven't been on since the beginning of this update, heat advisory takes in pretty much all of the 270, part of the 615, part of the 901, part of the 502, and the 364, and the 859. All of you, heat advisory all the way through Tuesday, but that could be expanded maybe further depending on what happens the rest of this week or as we get into next week. Okay. I'm headed to church this morning. If you don't have a church to go to, let me personally invite you to come to Hillview Heights on Nashville Road, just down the street from Interstate 165 and 31W Nashville Road. Can't miss it. Big church there. But a big church doesn't mean that we're too big to love on you, because we will. I will. I will. Now I'm going to be up in the balcony part because I'll be running the sound, mixing the sound for the worship teams when they come on. All three services, 8, 9:30, 11. 8, 9:30, 11. So you've got your choice of which one you want to go to, but I got to leave now to go prep for rehearsal before 8 o'clock for the sound. I love running sound. I love mixing. I've been doing it all my life since the radio days. I've been, bring up a little more bass. No, bring up a little more drums. Bring up this guitar. I love it. I love it. I'm a geek. I know, but I do it for the Lord. So it's okay. He knows. He knows. All right, you guys have a great day. God love you. Thank you for watching 27.